We're going to read Picking Apples. Mrs. Connor's class went on a field trip. Time for some apple picking, Mrs. Connor said. This is apple orchard. I will not pick apples, said Michael. Egan climbed up a pointy ladder. He pulled down 12 red apples. 1 dozen, he said. Ayana and Hannah picked apples off the ground. They found 10 green apples. My back hurts, said Hannah. Egan and Becky shook a tree. 4 red and green apples fell down. That was easy, said Egan. Nick and Emma jumped up and picked 7 speckled apples each. Hard work, said Nick. Katie sat on the ground and waited till apples fell into her lap. She got 2 golden apples that way. No sweat, said Katie. Here she is. The apples were piling up. Michael added 0 apples to the pile. Did you know apples have names? Asked Mrs. Connor. That is an Itared, said Mrs. Connor. Yum, said Egan. This one is a Honeycrisp, and this one is a Russet, and that one is a Crispin, said Mrs. Connor. Crisp, said Ayana. Boring, said Michael. And this one is for you, Michael, said Mrs. Connor. What? Said Michael. It is a Granny Smith, said Mrs. Connor. Smith, said Michael. That is my name. My name is Michael Smith. Now will you pick some apples? Asked Mrs. Connor. I picked this one, said Michael. The apple named for me. Ha ha. That was picking apples. What is your favorite kind of apple?